Hey you guys, what's going on? It's your girl Queen Motivation. I'm just here today just to push a little message. I pray that it don't take too much time, but I really feel like it's time for me to be free and it's time for me to let go. And I really truly honestly believe that this message is not only going to set me free and break me away from past patterns and things of that nature. It's going to give somebody else courage to know that it is okay to not be okay. It is okay to go through whatever it is. You got to go through it. Sometimes you got to go through some things in order to get through these things. But a lot of people, including myself, we have been fearing the unknown. We don't even know what's about to happen. We are so afraid already. We self-sabotage ourselves. And I just really feel like it's time for me to just release. It's time for me to be free. It's time for me to confess my sins to one another. It's time for me to be available. It's time for God to really use me. And the only way for God to really use me is for me to allow him to use me. And that means I have to take myself out of a comfortable position. I have to get uncomfortable. I have to expose some things about myself. But I'm trusting God to transition me to the next level. I'm trusting God to put me higher on a whole nother mountain, where certain people can't reach me and certain people can't touch me. But I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful for the people who honestly know me, who really know my struggle and who really know what I've been through. I thank you guys for never turning your back on me, for your unconditional love. I just really appreciate the people that love me. So I'm going to go ahead and elaborate on this message. This message is called Breaking Through the Lies. And a lot of us need to break through some lies. And a lot of us are going to find healing when we actually break through those lies. So that's why I wanted to James 5:16, when it talks about confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful results. So that's where I'm at. I'm just ready to release my power. I'm ready for God to release the power in my life. And I don't want no hindrance. And I definitely don't want somebody trying to talk me out of what it is that God has for me. So breaking through the lies. Let me start off by saying, you guys, what kept me broken for a very, very long time was the fact that I was sexually assaulted at a very early age. On top of being sexually assaulted at a very early age, it was by somebody who I thought would protect me, who would love me unconditionally, who would be there for me, who would make sure that nobody else hurt me. And I really looked up to this individual, and this individual took a part of me. And when the individual took a part of me, I lost a lot, and I lost myself a lot too. Then there was another incident where another person that I've known that I thought would, again, have respect for me or not look at me in a certain type of way. That person took advantage of me. I had a individual, again, that took advantage of me. So I lived a life where I was so afraid. I was sexually assaulted. I was raped. I was molested. I've been through some things, and I'm not the only person that been through these things. I'm not the only person that these things has weakened you. These things had given you a sense of guilt. It made you feel like you're unworthy. It made you feel like nobody will ever love you because they always taking something from you. I went to Job Corps at 16. I was sexually assaulted at Job Corps. Like, when I tell you, there was a time where I believed that was my life. I felt like the only thing I was here for was to lay down and allow a man to have his way with me, and to believe that was the only thing that I was good for. I believed that for a very long time, and I've adapted that personality, and that personality has become me. And I slept with other women's men, even women who were close to me, women who I really loved. But there was a struggle in that love because I didn't know how to love myself. So not knowing how to love yourself, you will be in positions and you will deal with people based off of this version of love that you think it is, but it's not really love. So I had to go through a lot of storms and trials and tribulations. I had to go through a lot of heartbreak. I had to deal with so much trying to discover myself. Being a single mom of 3 children, having my first child at 14 going on 15, raising her by myself, being very promiscuous because, like I said, I had no love for myself. And I'm not making excuses, because there comes a time when you have to, at some point in your life, you have to take charge of your life. You have to believe in yourself. You have to really hold yourself accountable, and you have to acknowledge the person that you are, and you have to really be ready to make this dynamic change. But truth be told, I started to enjoy that lifestyle. It's just like a drug addict. You get a high, you enjoy the high, so you keep going back for that high until one day that high breaks you down to the point where you can no longer enjoy the high because now it does nothing for you. That's the same thing that I fought with constantly, time after time after time. I would go out there, I would have meaningless sex. Sometimes I would cry about having this meaningless sex. There were times when I slept with people and I laid down with guys, and I would go home and I would bleach myself. I would dish with bleach. I'm just being as real and authentic as I can be with you guys, because I want to break free from all bondage. I want to break free from the things that kept me bound for a very long time, that kept me afraid. And I'm ready to release it because I'm tired, and I know that God has something for me. And so I'm going to continue to walk in God's favor, and I'm going to expose myself. Then there was times when I've even indulged in a female before. One time I was so I don't know, curious, wanting to see where that lifestyle would take me. I indulged in a sexual act with a female. Realized that's not me. That's not what I want. That's not where I was. But in the timing of my promiscuous behaviors, and in the time of taking a lack of love for myself, in the times of fighting a spiritual warfare, going from God back to the world, from flesh back to the spirit, from spirit back to the flesh, just constantly battling back and forth, not knowing who I was, still struggling to this day. I would go on breaks, and I would become celibate for a very long time, and I would stay away from men. I would stay away from fornication. I would stay away from anything sexual, and then I would get that itch for that high again. Excuse me, and I would go back out there, and I would attach myself back to these men again, and I would just lose myself in trying to figure out how to get away from this habit, but this habit at the same time was giving me a sense of feeling because I felt numb for so long in my life. Well, in that timing, somewhere in that timing, there was a gentleman that I decided to like, and maybe give him a piece of me, and trying to find a way to just attach myself to one person and one person only. And in that timing, that one person exposed me to herpes. Okay, and I'm just being so transparent with y'all, and I'm being real because I'm getting tired of hiding behind guilt, shame. I'm getting tired of people trying to use my past against me. I'm really getting tired of it. So I'm going to be transparent and authentic with y'all, and I'm going to be real. I'm breaking through the lies. That individual gave me herpes. I developed herpes. I thought for a long time that I was going to be just broken, devastated. I don't want nothing to do with nobody. But then there was one person, he told me, he was like, I mean, that's really not really a big deal. I mean, to me, I feel like you can still live with that. Your life can still go on. Like, I still like you. I still accept you for who you are. And I appreciate you for telling me. And that gave me a different mindset on my situation. So there were times when I laid down with certain guys and it was just a quick sexual high type ordeal, and I didn't really disclose anything with them. But then there was times when I got in a really serious relationship and I know that somebody was trying to like really be with me and like really love me or whatever the case may have you, I disclosed it to them. I let them know my situation. I let them know, hey, listen, before you try to develop a relationship with me, let me disclose this to you. Let me let you know what this is, and you can decide what you want to do with it and what you want to get out of this. If you want to continue to be close to me and friends with me, or whatever the case may have you, boom, we can go there. If not, I respect you. I understand it. I give you total control because I was not given control. I was not given a warning. And when you really don't care about yourself, Sometimes you get lost in the sauce. You just get lost in pleasing yourself any kind of way to feel something because you've been numb. You've been numb. Like I said, I spent a lot of my time. I've cried sometimes being laid up with a man because I know that's not what I really wanted. But I developed the mentality that if I don't give it to him, he's going to take it. So before I allow anybody else to take something from me, I'm just going to give it to them. And that caused so much friction in my life. It caused so much hurt. I've had stalkers. I've been in situations where I had one guy tell me, nobody will ever love you because of your situation. I had another guy tell me, that don't mean nothing. I'm going to be there for you, and gave me a run for my emotions, okay? I love people. Genuinely, I love people. I've been hurt, and I'm not the only one that's been hurt. But I just want somebody to know that even if you're going through a certain point in your life where it's time for you to break free, I just want you to know that God is going to be right there with you. God is going to accept you for who you are. Everybody else may talk about you. They may give you so much grief. They're going to make you feel unwanted. They're going to make you feel unloved. They're going to make you feel disconnected. But when I tell you, God spoke to me last night, and God said, you don't have to hide behind who you used to be anymore. You don't need to let somebody have your past over your head and use that against you. There was an individual who tried to use my past against me, and I explained to him. I let him know what my situation was. But what he did was he used it against me, and he tried to weaponize me with my truth. This is why I'm coming out with my own truth, because you're not going to have any power over me. I call all my power back from every individual that's ever tried to break me, from every individual that tried to manipulate me, from every individual that tried to gaslight me, for every individual that tried to use my truth and weaponize me with, from every individual that tried to break me down, from every individual that tried to make me feel like I would never be loved, from every individual that pretended like they want to see me happy but was tearing me down in the long run. When I tell you I'm calling my power back, when I tell you I know that I'm a child of the Most High God, when I tell you that I'm not afraid, when I tell you that this storm will pass, this storm is no longer something that's hanging over my head, I don't care how you use this message. I don't care if you dog me out. I don't care if you talk about me. I don't care. The reason why I don't care is because God already spoke to me, and God said, I got your back. God said, I got you covered. God said, deliver yourself from what holds you down. Deliver yourself what keeps you bound in those shackles. Deliver yourself from everything and everyone that think they have possession over you. But I'm giving you a new opportunity. I'm giving you a clear mind. I'm giving you a clean heart. I'm about to renew some things in your life, and you're going to have to let some things go. You're going to have to let some people go. You're going to have to expose yourself so you can walk in your truth. I'm going to walk in my truth. Now, how you decide to take this message, if you want to take this message and bully me, that's on you. If you want to take this message and understand that it's time for a change, if you want to take this message and say, you know what, I'm so proud of her, I'm about to expose my truth. If you want to take this message and say, oh, that's good for her, I'm glad she did it, but I would never tell nobody my truth. They just got it. However you want to take this message, you take this message and you let this message do to you what it's doing for me. Because this message is giving me all of my power back. I am not afraid of what's next. I am not afraid of who's next. When I tell you I'm walking in power, I'm walking in position, I am a leader and I will be led by God. There is no man that can break me ever again. Every man that has ever broke me mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically, and sexually, hear me out when I say you have no more control. You have no more power. I loose you of my life. I release you back to the places where you came from, when you thought you was about to come and destroy me. I release you back to the places that you came from where you thought you was going to break me down. I release you back to the places where you thought you was going to come into my life and cause confusion and mayhem. I release you back into the wilderness where you belong, because let me tell you something. I am free, baby. I am free, and I am so disconnected from my past. Today allowed me to disconnect from my past. You have no control over my past. You have no control over my present. And you for sure don't have control over my future. I'm telling you this because I love me now. I've decided to love me. I'm giving myself a break from being afraid. I'm not afraid anymore, y'all. I'm not. Yes, I was raped by somebody that I thought was going to protect me. Yes, I was molested by somebody that I thought had my best interest at mind. Yes, I was kidnapped, and I've been through so much, you guys. Y'all don't even understand. I've hurt people, okay? In my hurtness, in my brokenness, I've broke people. I've hurt people. I understand, and I get it. And there's a one person that I hurt so much, and this person has forgiven me. And I have forgiven myself. And I have forgiven this person. And we have found a way to regain our strength, our power back, and love each other as if we never been through anything together. You will never know that we've been through a storm unless that person disclosed it or I disclosed it. But when I tell you my love for that individual goes higher than most. There's a lot of people who know my story. There's a lot of people who know my struggle. There's a lot of people who know what I fought with. But when I tell you they love me the same, and that's why an outsider can never break me. I don't care. You can go tell the world I got herpes. Go. I don't care. If it's going to make you feel better and it's going to give you a sense of power and it's going to make you feel good about yourself, go tell the world. Because guess what? I'm still going to walk in God's protection. I'm still going to walk in God's favor. My life is going to align itself. I am going to be blessed like I've never been blessed before. You have nothing over me. Nothing. You have nothing over me. I am developing a new life. And this new life, I get to start over, y'all. I get to start fresh. I get to start pure. I get to be released from so much that kept me broken, y'all. It kept me afraid. It kept me fearful. I was not in a best position to walk in God's favor because I was so ashamed of the life that I've been through. I was so ashamed of this thing that weighs on me. I was so broken, y'all. But I'm so free. I am so free right now. And this is the best feeling that I've had in a long time. I am free of everything that kept me bound. All the fears that I faced, all the brokenness, all the wounds, all the things that I've endured, the sexual abuse, the rape, everything. I'm free. I'm free. And for y'all who don't understand what it's like to be free, you need to really free yourself and release yourself from things and people that's holding you back. Because now I know that God is going to do something for me. My elevation is coming because I am free. I'm so free, y'all. And I'm so grateful and I'm so blessed. And I just wanted to get this message out there because I have to break through the lies. I have to show God that I can be used. I have to show God that he can trust me. And this is me letting God know that he can use me and trust me. So if you think for 1 second that you're about to come over here and get in the way of what God is doing, you've already been rebuked. So to that one individual that tried to break me last night, you can't use my past against me. Because I was honest with you. But you used it to try to weaponize me. But guess what? God put this on my heart. God said, go expose yourself. And go be free. Because the love that he's going to send me, it's going to be pure, genuine, forgiving, understanding, healing. It's going to be everything that I need. But right now, me and God's working. And we got work to do. So again, use this message how you want to. Use it against me. Use it to work for you. However you use it, I really don't care. Because I'm free. That's it and that's all, you guys. I love y'all. Queen Motivation signing off. Y'all be blessed and be easy. And get ready for the breakthrough because it's coming. Breaking through the lies. And I'm breaking. I'm not broken, but I'm breaking through the lies because I'm ready for what God has for me, y'all. Y'all be blessed.